And welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith Anderson.
And this is Chris.
And we will be talking today about Avengers Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 on our Avengers list. A part 1, actually, of our part 2 of our... I don't know what I'm saying.
Of
but
part 4? I don't know.
It's part 1. It's number 3, but part 1 of a sequel contained inside of this 4-part series that we're doing. I'm excited.
Same. I've been wanting to watch these movies for a minute anyway, and
Facts.
then you were like, "Let's do the Avengers movies" a while ago, and I was like, "Yes, please." And then every time we talk about doing a bunch of like a series of movies, I really want to watch those movies in any free time that I happen to have. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because I want to watch them with you and have my ideas be fresh and come to me in the moment.
I almost watched Infinity War the other day.
Yeah, it was on at work for me the other day. It was on the TVs at the bar. They had Infinity War and then Endgame. And I was working, and I looked up at the TV, and I was like, what's on? It was like at the Wakanda fight, and then like I got busy, and I came back to the TV, and it was they're fucking chopping Thanos' head off in the next one. And I was like, yes, please. And I still was watching. I was like, oh, this is a good part. Because it's just on.
Look away.
I was like, here comes the good part, the opening credits. Here comes the good part. It ended. Everything in between was the good parts.
Facts. I was just like, man, what should I watch? And I ended up watching Civil War.
Good choice.
I don't even know why I watched Civil War. I was
because you like things that are good.
Facts. I just was like, let me watch Civil War. And I don't even know. Again, I still don't know why I picked it, but I did. And I'm happy with my choices. I'm happy with
that choice. So, I'm happy for you.
So, yeah, either way. So, this is, like I said, part 3 of part 1 of part 2 of the Avengers.
Of Slushie Review Phase 1.
Absolutely. So, let's get right into it. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. Let's get the plot going.
All right,
young Chris.
Okay, so a lot of shit's happened.
I
won't. A lot of shit kind of happened between Age of Ultron and this one, like in universe. Captain America and Iron Man are no longer on speaking terms. They have a burner phone that Tony could use to call Steve if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He's mean and he's bitter about the fact that Steve's best friend, surprise, killed Tony's parents, which we learned about in Civil War, which we didn't cover, but we've all seen it anyway. So the Avengers have never been more divided at this point. They're all doing their own things. Thor's in space with the Hulk. Cap, Falcon, Black Widow are kind of doing their own thing. They're on the run constantly because they're fugitives. Wanda and the Vision are living in, was it Scotland? I think it was. Yes. I think they had a place in Scotland, and they were just, trying to have a normal life. Tony Stark and Rhodey and who else was with them? Was it just the two of them at the time? We just watched it, but I can't remember it. They're doing their own thing on their side of the law. Black Panther has been harboring the Winter Soldier in Wakanda and trying to help him get mentally rehabilitated so he's not a sleeper agent anymore. Spider-Man's going to school. Surprise, Spider-Man exists again. Because, again, we didn't do Civil War, so he's appeared now. Same with Black Panther. All these characters are out doing their own thing. And the Guardians of the Galaxy are just out listening to music in space, being bums. They are brought together because Thanos got off his ass and at the end of Age of Ultron said, I'll do it myself. And so he is doing it himself, getting it done. He shows up in front of Thor and Loki and the Hulk with the Power Stone in hand, beats the shit out of the Hulk, takes the Space Stone, takes the Tesseract from Loki, who's been surprised hiding it the whole time because he's still a douche. He's got 2 stones because the Space Stone is inside of that one. The Mind Stone and the Time Stone are on Earth. The Reality Stone is on Nowhere with the Collector. So we visit all these places throughout the movie. No one is successful in their attempts to prevent Thanos from getting these stones because, like you've said in the past, this is basically Thanos' movie. Like, he's not always on the screen, but, like, it's about him. So no one can stop him because he's inevitable. He gets so many of the stones on his home planet of Titan. He faces some heroes, wipes his ass with all of them, goes to Earth, faces some more heroes. None of them can do anything. He just stomps a hole in them until one of them does something, which we'll talk about because I don't know. I shouldn't even bother with spoiler alerts for these movies because you've either seen them or you haven't. And even if you haven't seen them, you probably already know what happens in them. Basically shot for shot because everyone fucking talked these movies to death, but now it's our turn. So open your ears. Stay and eat some cake or go to hell. We're talking about it. This movie ends on a bit of a downer note for our heroes. But hey, they'll get their chance. They'll get their chance in the ring in the next one. Again, because they got their chance in the ring in this one, and they jobbed out hard. But the next one, they're going to give another shot. That's my overview of the plot, because I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about this one frame by frame almost. Whether we liked it or disliked it, I'm going to throw it over to you for the cast.
All right. Easy peasy. Okay, cast. Some people returning from the last Avengers installment, which was Ultron. We have Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Iron Man. We have Chris Hemsworth as Thor/Thor. We have Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner, and the Hulk. Yeah, he was in Ultron. Okay. Chris Evans. Chris Evans is Steve, Captain Rogers, America. Chris Evans. Scarlett Johansson, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. Let's see, Ultron. Don Cheadle, James Rhodes, War Machine. No. Vision, Paul Bettany. We have Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda Maximoff, and Scarlet Witch. We have Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie, who is Sam Wilson, the Falcon. No, he's not in it. He's not in it. I'm just trying to get the
returners first.
The returners off first, and then no. Pepper's not in it, right?
In Infinity War or in Ultron?
Ultron. No, she's not.
She was in First Avengers.
They make a point to say...
She's in the First Avengers movie, though.
Yeah. But I'm just going off of Ultron. Yeah, she's not... No. Right? Because, let's see, Ultron... Yeah, they're at the party, and they make a point to say that she's not there. But either way, I mean, I'll talk about her, I guess. Pepper Potts, Gwyneth Paltrow. Let's see, Stan Lee's back again.
Thank
He's
God.
the bus driver.
May he rest in peace.
Absolutely. That's my guy. There is a lady. Give me 1 second. Let me look her up. I was looking through. Oh, that's definitely her. Oh, absolutely. Okay. There's a lady who plays Gamora's mother.
Okay.
In this movie. I'm assuming a flashback.
Yeah.
Her name is Amina Kaplan.
Okay.
You may know her as. Let's see. Let me see.
Are you going to show me a picture?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna just say it. Yeah, you don't know her.
Not by name.
No, I know you don't. You may know her as from 2011 to 2013. She was in a show. Her name was Val.
Go on.
That's all I got. Val.
2000.
VAL. Val.
From what period of time to what period of time?
2011 to 2013.
It's a hazy period of my life that
Let's see.
I'm trying to forget.
She had a boyfriend, but she was also trying to date somebody else. This somebody else sent a text with 5 dots. ... No.
Nothing yet.
She gave him a beanie for Valentine's Day. He bought her some cashmere gloves.
I feel like this is going to be super obvious that I'm going to kick myself for not getting it yet.
It's The Office. Daryl's girlfriend.
Oh.
Everything I said, does that all come back to you now?
Yes, it does now.
Start kicking. No, I'm just
I'll make myself so handsome for you, Daryl.
Same. I couldn't think of his name or I would have said it. Yeah, fucking Nate. Man. All right, anyway. So, coming to the stage,
Bunch of rookies coming in.
Yeah, really. Because
even though they all have their own movies or appearances by this point, but to this movie
point,
they're new.
yes, they
us.
do. Most of them. Yeah, Yeah, they do. Doctor Strange, which is his made-up name. Real name, Benedict Cumberbatch. Either of them could be a made-up name. Who knows?
Right.
We have Tom Holland as Spider-Man Peter Parker, back from Civil War. We have Chadwick Boseman. May he rest in peace to T'Challa as a Black Panther. Zoe Saldana, Gamora. She's amazing. Karen Gillian as Nebula. Back from the first Avengers, we have Loki, Tom Hiddleston. Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier. Idris Elba as Heimdall. He doesn't make it that far in this movie.
No. He doesn't make it off the floor in this movie.
Also, he came in for a day shoot. Okay, he was out of there.
And he was like, I'm going to DC after this. Bye.
He did, actually.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. We have Okoye. I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Denaye Guerrera. But she's part of the...
Dora Milaje?
Yeah, Dora Milaje. I couldn't think of it. Because she says it in the movie, and I'm like... Every time she says it, I'm like, okay, that's how you say it. Chris's favorite, also mine. Eitri, the dwarf. Peter Dinklage. Such a good
Definitely
man.
your favorite.
Peter Dinklage. That man, he can do no wrong for me. Benedict Wong as Wong. Palm Clementif. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
I don't know.
That's how I say it in my head, at least.
Fair. As Mantis. Dave Bautista with the Batista bomb
The
as
animal.
Drax. Was that his name?
At one point, he went
I
by
hated
the
it.
animal
I
Batista.
hated
He used to wear a chain around his neck like a collar at one point. I think he had like big fake teeth, like fake vampire teeth in at one point in his like early career in wrestling. Weird.
Everybody's got a gimmick.
Does that guy have a metal arm?
We have Groot as Vin Diesel. Either way.
Sir not appearing in this film.
Another voice actor, Bradley Cooper as Rocket. The Collector, young Benicio del Toro.
Magnificent.
Let's see, Josh Brolin as Thanos. It's his movie. Last but not least, Chris Pratt, Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
Maybe least.
Fair. But he's like down on this list. And he had a lot more screen time than Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
And
I feel like just like in Hollywood standards, she's probably still just like, oh, she's a way bigger deal than him. just because.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't care about her really as much.
Let's see. Letitia Wright as Shuri. I don't know who this is, but his name is Tom Vagno Lawler, Ebony Maw.
Okay.
Carrie Coon, she was Proxima Midnight.
Okay.
And Michael James Shaw as Corvus Glaive.
Okay.
That's a big dude, right?
No, that's to do with the spear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. We have Winston Duke as M'Baku.
Yes.
Ned is back from Homecoming.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. Jacob Batalon. Red Skull. Ross Marquand.
Not Viggo Mortensen.
Not Viggo Mortensen or whatever.
Is that even the right actor? I know I said it earlier and I said it now, but is that the right actor?
No, that's not. Mr. Smith, from The Matrix.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Viggo Mortensen? No. Viggo Mortensen.
Well, he was Lord of the Rings guy.
Lord of the Rings guy, but he was also in that too.
Yeah,
though.
I feel like this guy's name has a V in it, and I can't think of the guy that we're thinking of. I can't think of it.
Wait, they both were in that. Viggo Mortensen is a long-haired dude. The guy I'm thinking about, he was in Lord of the Rings as well. He was like an elf creature guy.
Oh, Orlando Bloom?
No.
He was an elf in Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know who you mean. Yes.
The other guy.
Yeah.
The fuck is his name?
It's bugging me now.
I'm on him. Hugo Weaving.
Yes, I knew there's a V in there.
So you said, when you said
like
Viggo Mortensen earlier, I was like,
whatever.
Hugo Vivo.
I go, you go.
Same.
He, she, they go.
Absolutely. Yes. Hugo Weaving definitely played Red Skull. He was also in V for Vendetta. He's in Matrix. He obviously was in Captain America.
But he's not in this one.
He is not in this one. Apparently he didn't want to come back.
Huh.
It's weird.
What?
Yeah.
What else was he doing besides being in a fucking multi-billion-dollar movie?
I don't know, but he has a lot of credits to his, name.
I guess, but come on, I wouldn't pass up a chance to be in that movie.
A lot of people don't really want to be.
Or the next one.
I mean, it's like a Harrison Ford thing. It's like, come on, man.
Sorry you made a lot of money.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that, but...
did someone get rich? Oh.
Isn't that a bitch?
I wouldn't know.
Bitch. Okay, same. Same. And so, I don't know if you noticed, speaking of, Bilbo from Lord of the Rings.
Young Bilbo? Martin Freeman?
Bilbo.
Okay.
I'm assuming, I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm just reading it.
Okay.
So it just says Bilbo. He was the guy from Fifth Element.
The guy.
This guy. He was a preacher.
Oh.
You didn't notice that, did you?
No. Yeah, that's old Bilbo.
Yeah, old.
Yeah, because young Bilbo is Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Who we've seen in the MCU.
Right. Yeah. Viggo Mortensen was Aragorn. Is that his name?
Yes, he was a good man.
And who was Hugo Weaving? I'm looking for him.
He was like the Elf King, whose name I can't think of right now.
Elrond?
Yes. Elrond Hubbard.
Old Mother Hubbard.
The elf who invented Scientology.
Liv Tyler, she was Arwen. That's who. I remember we were talking about her the other day.
Yeah, because I kept thinking it was the Wasp for some reason. I kept thinking it was...
yeah. That's fair.
A name I can't think of right now because I'm bad at this.
Hope?
Yeah.
Her
I can't
real
think
name?
of the actress's name.
Oh, no one cares. I'm sorry.
You're going to care in the next one.
Yes. Absolutely.
But until then,
nah. Let's see. That is... I'm looking for anyone else I missed. Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury.
Oh.
And old girl from the movie. She's not showing up yet.
Cobie Smulders.
Cobie Smulders as Hank Hill. What was her name?
I think you got it. It's Hank Hill.
I think I got it.
It's Maria
Damn it.
Hill.
Sorry, Maria Hill.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah. And that's it. Everybody else was like background. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think I got everybody.
'Cause there's a bunch of people.
There is a bunch of people. Shit, that took like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
And all of them plus more in the next one.
Oh, man. I'm speed reader, speed talker, speaker, whatever.
It's going to be like one of those disclaimers at the end of a commercial where they say it normal and they just
Do you
speed
suffer
it up.
from Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, blah, 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 blah?
I do not suffer from that at all.
Facts. Okay. Let's get into some likes.
Let's do it.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'd like to go first.
You
but
like
I
to go
know-
first?
Sure.
No, I mean, it don't matter.
I'll go. If I go first this time for likes, you get to go first for Endgame for likes. Is that fair?
Okay, that's
Make-
fine.
Make a deal.
And then dislikes, I go first, you go first.
Sure.
Next time? Okay.
For this
that
time
works.
or next time?
Like, switch.
Yeah.
Like, you go first likes, I go first dislikes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Works for me.
that works.
Okay.
Likes.
All right, likes. I like when Loki dies, honestly, at the beginning. Because, to be frank, I was kind of getting tired of his character. Because I think we talked about this earlier, either on a podcast or just in life. He's the bad guy, then he's the misunderstood bad. He's a misunderstood bad guy, then he's a bad guy, then he's a misunderstood good guy, anti-hero in like Thor 2.
Okay.
Sort of like Thor, he's the bad guy, to Avengers, he's the bad guy. Still fair, like, you know, like the charmingly likable bad guy. And then in Thor 2, he's the charmingly likable anti-hero who's starting to get on my nerves a little bit because he's still like constantly trying to backstab him, but also not. And then in Ragnarok, more of the same. First they're on the same side because Hela shows up. Then Loki spends I forget how much longer he is on Sakaar than Thor. And then Thor shows up and Loki's like, well, I'm not going to help you because I'm in a good position here. And then they eventually work together. And then Loki tries to screw him near the end of the movie. And then we find out in this one that Loki was still holding out on him by bogarting that fucking Tesseract with the Space Stone in it, apparently throughout all of Ragnarok. So he's still being a dick. And then, you know, he tries his hand by like, oh, here comes the Hulk. Secondary, like, Hulk gets the shit beat out of him and gets fucking Ultimate Warrior gorilla pressed by Thanos and just drops his ass after just lighting him up like a Christmas tree all across that ship. He was throwing hands, knees, everything, and the Hulk was just swinging and missing or get straight up getting blocked, and Thanos just boxed his ass into the fucking wall. And before he gorilla pressed him, threw him down and shook the ropes on that fucking ship and ran around the ring a few times. And then Loki's like, oh, well, that didn't work out. I'll pull a knife on his ass. I'll pull a knife on a guy with 2 Infinity Stones at this point, since he just took one of them off me, and he just gets choked out. I liked it. Because for one, I was getting kind of tired of his ass. And for 2, I was getting kind of tired of his ass. So, he died. Didn't mind it. I liked it, in fact, because it's in my likes. Just a blanket like, and then I'll say that for the end. Next like, Stan Lee bus driver. Love it. When the first, I want to say this is like the first notable instance of Peter Parker's spider sense in the MCU. When like the hair on his arm stands up and he's like, oh shit, Ned, we got to create a distraction. There's a spaceship, I gotta go be Spider-Man. And it's like, oh shit, we're all gonna die. And then Stanley's like, what are you kids never seen a spaceship before? Classic. I love it.
So good.
Because apparently in the MCU, Stan Lee is like the cosmic entity, the Watcher. It's been like, it was theorized for a while, and then either Marvel was like, yeah, we've been doing that the whole time, or they're like, yes, this is a good idea. Let's say we've been doing it the whole time. But either Stan Lee exists in that facet, or he is a real human, because in Captain Marvel, Stan Lee's reading the script for the movie Mallrats, in which he plays himself. So technically Mallrats is part of the MCU, and Stan Lee may or may not be playing himself as a cosmic entity, as a man, or he's just a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude. But I liked it.
Facts.
Stan Lee. I'm I'm going to try to blow through these real quick, otherwise we'll be here all night. Tony Stark's nanotech suit.
We'll be here all night.
We will be anyway. Tony Stark's nanotech suit. It makes swords. It makes shields. It makes hammer arms. It makes fucking missiles out of his back. It makes... what's up?
To hang onto the ship.
Yeah, it makes like a magnet claw. It makes an atmosphere-clearing double-legged rocket so he can fly from Earth into space to chase a spaceship. It makes French fries in 3 different sizes. It slices, it dices, it does everything.
It's an air fryer.
It's a combination hookah and coffee maker. A real quick one. All words are made up.
Facts.
Let's move on from there.
That's a good one.
Some characters that I loved in it. Captain America, because always. Thor, because incredible. Always. Wanda, because why the fuck not? She's a boss. And let's just get right into it now. She destroyed it, and we've talked about this a million times already in life. She destroyed an Infinity Stone with one hand tied behind her back.
One hand on you.
One hand. I got one hand on you. She was doing it with one hand and holding Thanos off with the other one.
Right.
And she destroyed a fucking Infinity Stone on her
own. While she was
own.
crying.
She was killing her while being emotionally distraught.
Yes.
After he says the heart fucking wrenching line, "You could never hurt me. You can kill me, but you could never hurt me," because he knew she didn't want to do it, and it wasn't like malicious.
Yeah. And
he didn't know that he'd be reanimated in some kind of hellish sitcom landscape in the future.
Looks fun.
It looks it's amazing so far, but
I love it. You can never hurt me.
Yeah, it dies. You can never hurt me. Oh God, it hurts so much.
That reminds me of The Simpsons. Have you ever seen that episode when Homer finally goes to the dentist?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my God, it's the worst." And all the kids are like jumping out of the window.
Yeah, and he's like, "It's just a routine checkup.
This is a routine checkup.
I'm not even here for anything special."
And then he walks out. That wasn't so bad. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Thor's big entrance into my next, like, the fucking Wakanda fight scene. Because the fight on Titan is great, but I really like the Wakanda fight scene because it's just everyone throwing all their shit at outer space monsters and seeing what sticks. And a lot of it doesn't, because they were in the shit until Thor showed up. They were doing okay, and then Steve Rogers is like, "I can't punch all these things in the face at once. I need some help." And fucking Bruce Banner's like, "I can't laser all these things at once because I'm not good at this suit yet." And they're just fucking clawing him to death, and he's screaming, and everyone's dying, and then the God of Thunder shows up on a rainbow bridge, and no one had a fucking chance. Vince McMahon's theme could have played, and it would have been perfect. What else? Still saving that one for the end. The end credit scene, loved it because it sets up Captain Marvel, which we won't cover, but will be important
Eventually.
Yeah,
eventually.
No, I mean the movie. Like, we won't cover the Captain Marvel movie between this one and the next one.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Important. Also, the closest we've gotten to date on a motherfucker in the MCU, which I'm sure will happen once that Deadpool 3 drops, because they said it's going to be part of the MCU and it's still going to be rated R, so we'll get one eventually. And if Sam Jackson shows up in that one to say it, I would love it.
It's the only way.
I would be so happy he shows up in it and says it. But we almost got it, and it was great anyway. With that fucking, like, space-age beeper that he uses to page someone in outer space. Liked it.
Only for emergencies.
Yes. The scene where Thanos may or may not be inside the Soul Stone after he succeeds and wipes out half the life, and he's in the fucking orange room with little baby Gamora. And she said, "Did you do it?" Yes. What did it cost?
What did it cost?
Everything.
I don't know what that is. I kind of don't care.
I don't understand what it is, but I still like the scene.
No, I do too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, okay.
If they explain it at some point, they do. They haven't yet, even in the next one. Maybe they will. Who knows? But I like that scene.
I hope they don't explain it, because there's only one place they would explain it, and I would be upset. So
The Black Widow movie that you don't want to see.
Yes.
Post-credits, maybe the post-credit scene of it. We'll see.
It's not that I don't want to see it.
What if all the trailers are a big mind fuck and it's just her in the orange
Just
room?
dead?
Yeah, just her laying on the ground on Vormir.
Did you direct this?
Just her laying on the ground on Vormir while not Hugo Weaving looks down on her. And it's like, too bad I don't get anything out of this.
Like, look at this our art house film that young Marty Scorsese directed, because this is art.
This is not content. This is art.
3 hours of nothing.
Fuck him and his eyebrows.
And at the end, everybody dies. Great movie.
The last I'm going to throw out there, because it covers like 90% of the movie, hero interactions / just character interactions in general. All of it.
Elaborate.
If I can let him finish. If I could stop tripping over my fucking self, because there's so much to unpack.
Tell me. Do it now. Do it.
Sign it now. To begin with, Iron Man and fucking Doctor Strange, like two of the bigger ego douches in the universe, going head to head in a douche off. Liked it. And they were both just trying to, outperform each other. Tell me you're not leaning on the cauldron of the cosmos. Oh, is that what it's called? Is that what it is? I'm Tony Stark. I'm a billionaire. Oh, Wong, you don't have any money. You're detached from material possessions. I'm a rich doctor with many still living patients. I'll spring for a sandwich for you from the deli.
There it is.
Just one of them.
One of the voices.
I got two. That's it. It's this one and that one. Anytime Peter Parker interacts with anybody is great.
That's fair.
Most notably, we're using our made-up names. Who are you? I'm Doctor Strange. We're using our made-up names. Well, I'm Spider-Man then. Classic. Where's Gamora? Who is Gamora? Why is Gamora? Amazing. Let him blast me. I can take it. He definitely can't.
He can't take it.
He can't. No, he can't. I can. No. Thor and Captain America is like first interaction since Age of Ultron. He's like, I see you've copied my beard. Oh, you got a haircut. This is my friend. A literal fucking alien. This is my friend. Tree.
Fair.
And the tree introduces himself in the only 3 words that it says to most people. I am Groot. And then Captain America says, I am Steve Rogers. Love it. So good. So dumb and good. Every team-up fight is great. Captain America and Black Panther just sprinting through the crowd of everyone running toward those aliens, and they get there first and a close second. And they start punching everything with everything that moves. Love it. Everyone just pretty much trying to one-up each other. Love it. And then everyone just failing at the end. Love that too. Because they said they'd lose together. They'd win together and they'd lose together. And I think that they did. Even though if you asked Tony, they didn't. But he failed to make a phone call when it was pertinent. So, sorry about it. Can't blame him for not answering a phone that didn't ring. Just saying.
Well, he couldn't make a call because that's when shit started happening.
Yeah, but he could have. He could have done it before that.
Could he?
He could have. Someone could have reached out, I guess. Let's just say it. It could have been Steve or Tony.
But would they have both been on Titan together?
No. I don't think it would have made a difference.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
I don't think it would have mattered.
Captain?
No, I don't think it would have mattered because Tony makes it sound like, if in the next one, we'll get there. Damn it, we'll get there. Tony makes it seem like it's Cap's fault that they didn't lose standing next to each other instead of losing in separate fights. And I'm like, you would have lost together anyway.
I've never asked this. Who do you think was at fault for Civil War?
Steve.
Okay, so Captain America's fault.
Yeah.
That's kind of Tony's point.
Yeah.
It was your fault a movie ago.
Yeah.
You reach out. And his reach out was, hey, call me anytime. That's not good enough for me. If you're the problem, why do I have to call you?
I don't know. Maybe because he's like, you're angry and I don't want to call an angry man. I don't know.
I am angry.
Let me reach out. Let me I'm here if you whenever you're ready to talk. I don't know.
Your best friends killed my mom. I'm still angry.
That's fair.
And then you beat my ass.
It's true.
Now I got to make a phone call.
Yeah.
This seems like a one-sided friendship.
That's fair. I'm not saying that my favorite one out of the two is the right one. I'm just saying
fair.
He's my favorite one out of the two, so I'm more inclined to be on his side. I'll be wrong with him.
Rogue.
I'll be wrong with him. Good day, sir. You get nothing.
You lose.
I said good day. I will be wrong on the right side. On my favorite side.
There it
the
is.
Captain America side. Those are my likes.
Was that your last one? You said you were saving for last.
Yeah, the hero interactions. Because that's like the whole movie.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I could have just kept just throwing them out there.
Anytime there are heroes on the screen.
Yes, and anytime they're talking to each other. Ding, 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 ding. That counter's just going up.
That's fair.
So those are my likes. Your turn, sir.
Okay. First, Thanos. Thanos is amazing.
Yeah.
What I learned and stole from someone else. This is Thanos' movie.
Wait, who did you get it from?
A podcast I watched or whatever, a video review, because he was like, this is Thanos' movie, and Thanos wins.
Oh yeah,
he's like, absolutely, he wins. There, and to be fair, he was like, there's no two-part. He was like, Thanos wins, then he dies. He never lost.
Yeah,
and
he's the hero of his. He's the hero of his story.
His movie, and he won. He never lost in his goal.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Because even if he died, he's like, yeah, you can't undo what I did. So
exactly.
Suck it.
So to be fair, he never lost. And I was like, that's a good point. Not Thanos, but the guy saying this, the guy who I heard it from. And then he goes, in the next one, this is the Avengers movie. The music is different in both. Just the themes are different in both. Even though, whatever.
Yeah.
They're different.
Yeah, because the heroes are playing defense this whole movie. Even when they think they're playing offense, they're playing defense. Or they're playing catch-up.
Absolutely.
And the next one, they go to his home, and they assault him.
Yes. But yeah, so Thanos.
Granted, they had a way fucking bigger gun with him in the next one. But...
yeah, so to me, it's Thanos. And I wrote it down as my first like because in the beginning, Thanos comes up, and he decimates the ship. Thor, you're nothing.
He got off-screen beat.
Yeah, Hulk, you're nothing. He is just powerful, and all he had was a space stone at that point. So, right, space?
The first one that he had?
Yeah.
He had the Power Stone.
Oh, Power Stone. Sorry. Power Stone.
Oh, I mean, it makes sense that he was powerful.
Yeah, fair.
Because he fucked him up.
And I mean, there are times, I think of it like Kylo Ren, the way I thought about it in Star Wars. You absolutely know who the fucking boss is. Or Darth Vader in the second, Empire Strikes Back. Is that 2?
Yeah.
Is that 5? Or whatever.
Yeah. The first
you
two.
know who the boss is then. The first one, you don't know who the boss is. The first Star Wars, you don't know who the boss is.
Yeah, because everyone's picking him apart.
Yeah, everybody's just taking shots at Vader, even though he's the strongest person in the world. Well,
Yeah, and
Vader,
then he has to kill him.
ha ha ha, fuck you. I know you choked everybody out, but I'm not scared of you. Like, okay.
Yeah.
No one thinks that way of Thanos.
You will be.
No one thinks that way of Thanos.
You won't be scared. You'll be dead.
And that's how Thanos acts. So, and I love it. Second, like Stan Lee. I mean, it's Stan
Rest
Lee.
in peace.
So there's that. Next, like Ebony Maw. I thought Ebony Maw was amazing, and I liked the fact that he died when he died. Because honestly, if he doesn't die there, they would have lost way earlier.
Yeah.
They would have never even gotten close to winning. And then they would just be dead. Because everybody
they didn't win in this one either.
Yeah, I mean, in what?
In this movie. Like when you said they wouldn't get close to winning, do you mean like in the next one or just...
Oh, no, like this time they were close. They were close. Like, Thor almost defeated Thanos Wanda almost defeated Thanos. They almost destroyed. There's no way with Ebony Maw around that they even get close to any of that. Because if Ebony Maw is around to get the time stone, he can just stop time and get all the stones when he wants. A. B. If he gets the time stone, Doctor Strange no longer is around, so he doesn't have to fight Thanos. Iron Man, easy work. Taking care of that. All the Guardians of the Galaxy, that's easy work too, no matter what. So they all had to be together. If Ebony Maw was still around, they wouldn't have been together. Spider-Man, Ebony Maw would have took care of him. Oh, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so with Ebony Maw dying, gave them a chance to continue the movie. And when I say they would have been dead, they just would have been dead before the snap. They're not coming back.
Yeah, they would have been dead.
Dead. That's what I said. Dead. And there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, apparently.
So, right. So to me, that's the way I see it. Is I go, Ebony Maw's kind of powerful. He's kind of the shit.
Yeah, I mean, he handled Doctor Strange on Earth.
Yeah, I don't hate the way that he died. I know some people do, but for me, I'm like, he was good for his point of view, but he wasn't flawless and he wasn't invincible, as we saw when he got hit with his own little spears. And so him dying through the plane or the open door and the whatever in his spaceship, I'm okay with that because he's not invincible. He didn't see it coming. When you don't see it coming, you can't really defend against it. So I was like, okay, cool. Ebony Maw, he's great. So yeah, there's that. Next up, one thing I really liked was how the stones are used, the audience view and the Avengers view. So, for example, we don't know how every stone is used. Thanos does. We don't. So when you watch a movie and you look at it and you go, why did, I don't know, why did Quill still attack Thanos when he was holding Gamora? Blah, blah. He knows he's powerful. He knows he has this. Like, a lot of people think, that's the way people think. Like, why would you do this? You already know. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that his gun can turn to bubbles. Yeah.
Because they also didn't know that he had the stone yet at that point. Because I don't think they showed it. I don't think they showed enough of the gauntlet to see the red stone in there. Or he just wasn't showing that he had it because he was using the reality thing at that time.
No, he changed reality already. When Quill attacked, he had already changed reality.
Oh, you mean like when he was like actually like holding on to her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when he was holding on to her with like about to take her and Quill attacked, the way people's makeup is, don't attack because you already saw Mantis and Drax get whatever. You should try to sneak attack or do something. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way people think. And when I'm looking at it and I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, but they don't know how the stones work. Yeah. So why wouldn't he attack them as if...
Also, he was like standing right in front of him at that point, too. Yeah. Like, there's no sneak attack from that.
And at that point, he already knows that he's a god. Star-Lord at least. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, what he can't really do anything to me. Like, he may be powerful, but I got him on the, whatever he thought he got.
Well, wait, because I know he's still like half celestial or whatever Ego was, but didn't he say that didn't Ego say in the Guardians 2 that when he died, or that like if he died, Peter lost like a lot of that ability or like power?
I don't know.
I forget. I feel like that happened.
I've only seen it twice.
I feel like that happened, but I mean, he's still, it doesn't change like your genetic or like biological makeup, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, I thought he was still a god.
Like, I think that when he died, he lost the ability to, like, create shit or, like, make the energy stuff that he was doing in the movie, at least. So he was still, like,
just
running around with guns and stuff.
I thought just, like, comically, he was still pretty strong and, like, god strong. Like, he could still... That's what I thought.
I don't know.
Even if not...
Because mostly he just runs around with a gun.
But even if not, he still has the ego of one, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mr. Lord.
He obviously still thinks he can do it.
Star-Lord's fine.
So that, then, the Power Stone, the Space Stone, like, people don't know how these things are how the stones are used. So when we see it, it's like, oh, you could have prevented that by doing this. But they don't know it either. And I love that. That's honestly one of the parts I love, because I'm just like, yeah, until we see it's done, we don't really know what it can do.
And then he starts combining them.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Right, exactly. So it's like, oh, okay. Like when he pulls the star to Tony, it's like, Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he like what power stone like a wave of energy over it, and then spaced like all this debris down.
Yeah.
Oh, great!
Right.
Or he makes a fucking black hole.
Yeah.
And just throws it at Doctor Strange.
Yep. Yeah. So to me, I'm just like, okay, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that you really can't defend against. Again, Thanos is a beast. There's 2 likes that I have left. They are really more or less about Thor, but the first one is the scene where he talks about losing his mom and stuff.
Oh, that's not the one I thought you were going to talk about.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
The one that we talk about a million times anyway. Just in life. You know the one.
I'm confused.
It's full force scene.
I did not
It's
write
got a lot
that
of
down.
star power in
I
it.
did not write that down.
No?
I did not.
Oh.
I was just watching the movie at some points.
Honestly, I was too. I mean, I wrote a lot of shit down, but especially in the next one, I was just watching it.
Nope, just watched it.
Okay.
Then he was like, "You're gonna die. Only if it kills me." That's what dying means. I mean, I'll put it in there for you.
Thank you.
I love Idris the Dwarf. Young. The fuck is his name?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. Amazing. Trask. So good. He's amazing. Yeah, he did a great job, in my opinion. A lot of people think he overacts. I don't know what that looks like. So, I love it. And when he says, "You're going to take a full force of a star, boy." It is my favorite part.
That scene used to bother me, and we've talked about it so many times that I just love it at this point.
You have to. I'm going to make you like it.
I do. It worked.
Stockholm
Stockholm system.
Same.
The Stockholm syndrome is getting
It's the
to me.
speakers we have. That's why I got you. But don't worry. Superman's next. We're working on him.
Is Peter Dinklage going to play Superman?
Ooh. Can he? I don't know.
I don't know. You really just got to play him from the neck up. It's CGI the rest.
That's fair. Excuse me. Let's see. Next. So, no. The scene I was going to say, though. So that's an extra like. Cool. The scene I was going to say was when he talks about losing his mom and his sister and when he's talking to Rocket. Not when he's talking to Peter Quill, when he's talking to Rocket. And he goes, what did he say? How's it go? He's like, he's like, wait till he feels my vengeance. Wait till you get a load of me. He already fought you once. But he's never fought me twice. And then he goes, he's like, yeah, but what if you lose? What more can I lose? And then Rocky goes, I could lose a lot.
I could lose a lot.
Honestly, that gets me. I'm like, dude, like he lost everything. And everybody's like, what more can I lose? You might not be able to lose anything, but I can lose everything.
Yeah.
But in turn, they do.
But even if they did nothing, they still,
Facts.
end result's still the
Facts.
same.
Still, I mean, but it's, it's weighted now.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Dragging your feet at that point.
That scene, I like Chris Hemsworth for that scene alone. Essentially, he's talking to a puppet.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think it's great. I think you can't really give I'm like, oh, this is some good acting here. So
With one good eye.
same, also. So I love that. Next up, Thor himself. If this is Thanos' movie, Thor is the villain. And I love it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, like seriously, he is. And I love every minute of it. And Thor just doesn't quit. And I can't wait until we talk about Thor in the next movie. And I was telling you that when we were watching Endgame, when we watch it.
Because we haven't watched it yet.
So
Ever.
I can't wait till we talk about Thor. But in this movie, Thor is insatiable. He can't get enough until he kills Thanos. He tells Thanos he's going to die. He's the most confident. He's the most powerful. He never loses. So when he loses, he's like, okay, well, I'm coming back. And then at the end, there's nothing to come back from.
Yeah.
So I love Thor. His entrance into Wakanda was amazing. I remember after Thanos got the fucking 6th ring or whatever it is, he
got all his Chaos Emeralds.
Absolutely. He throws the fucking Stormbreaker, which is an amazing name. Sorry, Rocket, but it's so good.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yes.
Yeah. So good.
Throws it through the laser of all the stones
Literally,
being shot at him.
If my nickname was Stormbreaker, come on. I'd love it.
Come on.
I'd be a wrestler. So...
If I start calling you that, will you become a wrestler? And could I be your manager?
Maybe.
Okay.
What's your gimmick?
What's your gimmick so I can play off of that?
Well, I'm going to dress like at least Storm. Or at least Ice or Glacier. Glacier, that's his name.
From Killer Instinct? Or from the NW or from WCW?
WCW versus NWO.
Okay.
World Tour, that game. You remember him? He was, I think he was an unlockable character. I think he was, you had to unlock him.
So do I have to have like an ice gimmick, like an ice theme?
No, that's the thing. You don't. But you could. It could be more like a Mr. Freeze kind of thing.
I was going to say, I could be like Mr. Freeze. I could be like a penguin.
Well, I was thinking like maybe, okay, you know how like Undertaker, this is just like a take on the Undertaker, right? Because I'm a big dude, so I'm not that big. But I'm a big dude for most people. But in wrestling, I wouldn't be that big. I'd be kind of smaller, to be fair. Not like super. I wouldn't be Rey Mysterio, but I'd be like normal. Because I'm only 6 feet. So
that is like about the average size for like most wrestlers.
Like, I think Stone Cold was like 6 feet or 6'2", something like that. So like
because Rey Mysterio is like 5'8".
Yeah, The Rock is like 6'4",
and he looks tiny compared to everybody.
Same, like
Rey Mysterio is like my height.
See,
and up against everyone else, like, who is that child?
Yes, exactly. Like Paul White's 7 feet. Undertaker's like 6'8". Kane's like 6'10". So it's like, I'm just a regular guy. Yeah. You know, so I was thinking like Undertaker thing.
I'll do a Mr. Freeze gimmick. I fucking love that.
You got it. So the urn, I'm controlled by the urn.
Okay.
And
what's your urn?
Well, it's gonna be like a enclosed like box.
Okay.
With my heart in it, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming like like it has to stay frozen. If the box opens, I die. Obviously, yeah.
That's and I carry it around everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And I make a lot of bad ice jokes.
Ooh, Mr. Freeze. There it is.
Yeah, I'm like Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze.
You have to have an accent, like Schwarzenegger. Though.
I come down to the ring. Cool party.
Yes, you have to have an accent. Yeah. That's the only way. Either way, pipe dreams. Frozen pipe dreams. There it is. That's a good one. Yeah, you can use that on the road.
Topical. You can use it in Texas. I wouldn't.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, tough room. Round of applause is customary.
Either way, so Stormbreaker, amazing. Let's see what else about Thor. Thor gets an eye.
He needs the axe.
When Thor shows up on the Guardian ship, amazing.
You remember Thor, tall guy, not that tall, not so good looking guy, needed saving.
Yeah, same. Okay. Next up, not alike, but okay. So a lot of people like to do. Man, I wish they played different music when Thor came into Wakanda, and they played the Avengers theme.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only thing they could have played. A lot of people said they should have played the theme that they played on the Rainbow Bridge in Ragnarok.
They wanted some Led Zeppelin in there.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. Ragnarok is more. Not campy, but more fun.
Yeah, that was a more fun movie. I'd agree with that.
People are dying in this movie. Gamora died in this movie. Loki died in this movie. That music doesn't fit.
No,
this
not
is
anymore.
Just people have died. The hero is here.
Yeah,
and that's what you want. Hearing that music, I'm like, hey, what is that song called? Too people say it all the time. Fuck, I don't remember. Either way,
I'm gonna look it up real quick because I know it's. I want to say it's something to do with the Lord of the Rings, but because I know the one line.
Not vampire. What is it? It's something.
Immigrant Song.
Immigrant. Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking. I know it was something weird. But yeah, Immigrant Song. So yeah, so people wanted that. I was like, no. Then people wanted another song that's in that movie, but I don't remember what else is in there. And they're like, this would be a good song. I'm like, no, because this is too serious. Thor coming down is serious. When he's wielding a Stormbreaker and he's like, bring me Thanos. Thor is not a plan today. Okay, he has 2 eyes, 1 Stormbreaker. He's ready to fucking go. He's ready to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And guess what?
Ooh.
He's all out of fucking
bubblegum. Oh, love it.
God damn it.
Oh, Roddy Piper there.
He's here to take names. He's here to kick names and take ass. Okay? Which is my favorite quote of all time. Thank you, Mantis. So, those are my likes.
Nice.
Those are the things that I wrote down when I wasn't watching the movie. There's that.
Okay.
So.
Dislikes.
I have more dislikes in this movie than I did the last 3 movies. I have 3. I've had 1 dislike for every other movie.
Oh, okay.
I have 3.
So the last 3 movies being Rampage, Avengers, and Age of Ultron?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and I had 1 dislike for each one. And all my dislikes, I just dislike them because I didn't like them. Okay. Nothing to do with the movie. To be fair.
Oh, like you just didn't like something that was happening.
I was like, damn it. Didn't like that.
Oh, like Captain... I mean, if that's the case, I'd be like, Captain America got punched. Downvote. Dislike.
First dislike. When I first watched it, when the Hawk got his ass beat, I was like, how? That doesn't make any sense. Then it was explained to me why. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So it's not really a dislike, but it is. Because I was like, but it's the Hawk. It's the Hawk. Like, the lore of the Hawk, the explanation of the Hawk, everything about the Hawk, you're like, he can't, whatever. Yeah, we saw Ragnarok, but okay, that's Thor. But this is this Thanos guy.
This is an unproven Thanos.
This is an unproven. I don't know him. He's a Mary Sue at this point.
He proved it.
So, someone told me the reason why Thanos won is because he is a warrior and the Hulk is just a brawler. And that makes more sense. It's the same way, I was watching this video the other day, it's the same reason why Batman lost to Bane the first time. Because Bane, even though he looks like a brawler, he is a warrior. He is a fighter. Batman, who is a martial arts person, when Bane wasn't going down with these easy punching kicks like all the other people, he started brawling. Batman resorted to fighting like a street fight as opposed to sticking with the martial arts. He tried to do tricks and chicanery when he could have just, I ain't saying he would have won, but he should have stuck with what he knew. Yeah. And he didn't, and he broke out of that, and then he got his back broke. So, there it is. I'm rhyming out here, right? Like, wordplay, son.
Are you going to be a rapping ice wrestler?
No. What else? Like John Cena? Come on. It's blasphemous.
We could work Vanilla Ice into the angle somehow.
Yeah.
You could beat him up. You could powerbomb him.
I could.
I'd be down for that.
I don't want that.
You do the ninja rap.
I don't want any of that.
I want that.
You got it.
Hey, you got it.
You got it. No. So, yeah. So, the Hawk getting whooped, I was like, I get it. I definitely understand. And it makes sense. And then I actually like the fact that the Hawk doesn't come back. I don't mind it because I understand, as opposed to most people not understanding. People are like, "Oh, you should have came back." Well, people have issues, okay? And Endgame is all about having issues. First off, so I get it. So either way, next up, Star-Lord. He's the worst of the
Local man ruins everything.
Him getting mad at Thanos because he killed Gamora, I didn't like it, but I understand.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like I told Chris while we were watching the movie, as a human being, I would have did the same thing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is a bad idea.
I would have
Here I go.
Everybody up.
Yeah,
I'd have been like, what?
I shouldn't do this.
My girl's dead. What? Didn't like that.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would not recommend. I get it. That doesn't stop me from disliking Star-Lord.
Fair. Fair.
That's it. Simple as that. Dumb. You idiot. You dumb. Next up. Spider-Man dying, man. It gets me every time.
That's fair.
Every time I see it, I'm like, fuck. Because I don't think a lot of people appreciate the father-son dynamic between Tony and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
And I do.
From both ends. Like, from both sides of it.
Yeah, fair. That's also fair. And I'm just like, that would hurt. As a father, that would hurt. And Tony was hurt. He was visibly shaking. And
he had just been stabbed also.
Among other things. It just gets me every time. Just that scene. It doesn't hurt to the fact that Tom Holland is roughly my son's age, so it's like...
Is he? I thought he was like 20-something.
I thought he was only like 19.
I thought Tom Holland was like
20.
20.
Maybe at the time.
He skews young. He can play a young role.
At the time, he was like 15, though. Right? I thought when he first played Spider-Man, he was like 15 or 16. Maybe not. Maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. Either way, I mean, it was like 4 years ago, so he could be 22 now. Who knows? God, if I know. I don't know ages now. All these young kids and rap music.
These hip young musicians in their complicated shoes.
So.
He is 24.
That's fair. So when did Infinity War come out? 2017, did we say?
18.
2018, so he filmed it in 2017, so 4 years ago, he was 20. That's fair. Mm-hmm. So nowhere near as my kid's age, but he's still younger than me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So he's a child.
He's still a child.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, man, this sucks. In the theater, it got me. I was just like, I felt like Gabe. I was like, Gabe, why are you crying? I was like, okay, let me fix my face before we leave. Walk out the fucking theater. I was like, I'm okay.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
When all the pigeons were east for the winter. South or no, west.
Go.
I'm okay.
Go. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I do that on a daily basis, by the way.
Say that, say the lie. I love it.
Yeah, it's true, but
or
it's
just
okay.
throw whole slices of bread on the ground and make bird sounds.
I do that too. Makes me feel better. Either way, those are actually only my 3 likes, and that's all I got.
Okay.
You, sir.
All right, my dislikes. I'd agree with Star-Lord because he's an idiot. Mm-hmm. He's never been shown to be like... He's been shown to be smart, and it's like, oh, hey, he's quick on his feet. Like, he can come up with a plan on the fly. But it's never been like, okay, put this guy in a room with somebody else. He's going to prove himself to be a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And he did that.
Facts.
And, it's not surprising. But he went through some shit in this movie. Not as much as the person who actually died. But he was pretty torn up over it, so I can understand it. But it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Fair.
Only other real dislike I have, I didn't really like Bruce Banner. I found him to be kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. Because, there's a part where he can't turn into the Hulk, and it makes sense. Because the Hulk didn't want to come out, because the Hulk got his ass beat. And the Hulk was like, screw this, I'm not coming out. But at the point where he was in the Hulkbuster suit, and they're losing. They are losing handily. And then Thor shows up, and he's like, oh, you guys are screwed now. I was like, I didn't need that. I don't need you right now, Banner.
I thought that was a take on Ragnarok. That's the only thing. I thought Banner not being the Hulk was because of Ragnarok.
Probably.
And I was like, okay. Because in Avengers, he was solemn, quiet, soft-spoken. He was pretty much broken in Ultron. Then Ragnarok, you're like, oh, this guy has a personality.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if this is the Bruce Banner that we get, okay, cool. And then Infinity War, I think it was more of the same. That's just what I thought. I'm not saying you shouldn't like
That's
him,
fair. No, but I just, not to say that, the same isn't good, but I thought that scene in particular, whenever I think of that movie, I just think of that scene of him, and ugh, I didn't care for that.
That's fair. That's fair.
When he fights, what's his name? Supergiant.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this suit already kicked the crap out of the Hulk. And I'm like, barely. Barely.
Mm. That's fair.
Like, it kind of, like, it tackled the Hulk through a building, and then the Hulk, like, popped back up and got sucker punched real quick and was out after he, like, suddenly was like, oh, I was just being mind controlled. Rocked him, like, one good shot. And then he was like, oh, that's not kicking the crap out of the Hulk. That's like, you want to fight against the Hulk. You didn't kick the crap out of the Hulk. That's like me. That's like saying, I get in a fight with somebody, and I get the shit beat out of me, but because I won, I'm like, I kicked the crap out of that guy. No. I didn't kick the crap out of that guy. I want to fight. Barely. Granted, I've never been in a fight in my life. Hopefully I never will. But I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, beat that guy's ass. No, I didn't. I won. I barely won. You should see the other guy kind of situation.
That's fair.
But I just found Banner to be kind of annoying in this movie.
That's fair.
The next one, we get away from that, in my opinion. But in this one, I found him to be a little grating.
Fair.
Kind of dopey. And he's like stumbling around the Hulk. So he's like, oh, this is what it's like being the Hulk. This is great. Falls down. I'm okay. I'm good. Sorry.
That's fair. No, I'm not. Listen, you don't have to explain things to me. I get it.
I didn't love it.
That's okay. All right.
And that's it. You want to go or you want me to go?
Doesn't matter.
You can go.
5.
Okay. 4.5 for me.
Facts. Yeah, it's definitely 5. It's a 5 for me because it's just a great movie. Even the dislikes, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's like, I don't... Yeah. 5.
It's really good.
Yes. Absolutely.
And the first time I saw it in the theater, I was definitely taken aback by the ending. Because, like, everybody gets their shit kicked in, and then Thanos is like, on the farm out in space, and just sits down and does exactly what he says he was going to do. He's like, I will, after my work is done, I will rest, and I forget what he says, like, look out upon a saved universe or whatever. And he just, like, sits down and looks off into the sunset and smiles. And I was like, oh, fuck, this is the end.
The great thing about that, for me, is that I like my superheroes to be superheroes. Mm-hmm. I don't need them to be people who are like me. Meaning, I don't care that, oh, Keith, you can be Batman one day. No, I can't. First off, I can't. But the fact that I could means I hate him. Okay? Because why not? Can I be like Superman? Can I be like Thor? Honestly, can I be like Captain America? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want my superheroes to be this. So, when you take the superheroes that I like and put them in real world situations, they lost.
Definitely lost.
Ooh, this is a twist.
Yeah.
This is gonna get twisty. Like
that is a twist. That is a twisty twist.
Yes, I love it. And not only that, not only the twist, not only loss, Civil War wasn't a win for anybody.
No.
Like, I didn't come away from Civil War like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, because half of them are in jail, and the other half are like licking their wounds. Some of them are paralyzed.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody came out of that one good.
Yeah, so I was like, when I saw this loss, I was like, these guys are taking some L's. Either way.
Yeah. Cool. Good movie. Honest to God, good movie.
Same. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So far, part 1.
Slushie review will return. In Avengers Endgame.
Facts.
I almost said Age of Endgame.
That's fair.
I almost said Age of Ultron. I was going to try to say Age of Endgame. Also wrong.
Age of Avengers End War Infinitytron. Game. Either way. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the Avengers. I gave it a 5. You gave it a 4.5.
Yes.
Next up, Avengers Endgame. Can't wait. Super excited for it. I love Endgame. When Disney Plus first came out, I was like, texted Chris. I was like, I'm watching Endgame. I was like, I'm doing it.
Yep.
I'm ready to be hurt again. I'm pretty sure I texted you that verbatim.
And I was like, you're watching that game, aren't you? And he was like, yup.
Yep.
Yup.
Yup. I doubled my sales. Would you go from 1 to 2?
Yup.
Simple. Easy. Me and my girlfriend do that, but not with Pam. We do it with the Cash Me Outside girl. The cat, you know who that is, right? So he's like, a bunch of hoes. But whose hoes? It's like, them. Uncle Phil. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil goes, the audience is a bunch of hoes? Yup. I literally, every time I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, the audience is a bunch of hoes? She's like, yup. I was like, yeah. Good.
Uncle Dr. Phil.
Good. Same.
I'd watch that.
No, I would not.
Actually, no, I wouldn't, because it'd be the reanimated corpse of James Avery, and I would be off put.
Or it would be Dr. Phil, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like either Dr. Phil is my uncle, which I don't give a shit,
No.
or it's a reanimated James Avery corpse, which is just unsettling.
It's fair.
So yeah, I guess I wouldn't watch it.
Either way, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and listen to the podcast anywhere you find podcasts. Other than that, this has been Keith
And Chris.
and we'll see you next week. Bye.